Good morning, y'all. Beautiful Cave City, Kentucky. Jellystone, Cave City by Mammoth National Park. Beautiful morning here. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning, already 80 degrees, the sun is shining. It's gonna be a great day to check out a new park. We unfortunately, fortunately, whichever way you kind of want to look at it, are not with the entire team of the Glamping Pals. Our family are currently on a 10-day road trip from the Atlanta area, heading up to northern Minnesota. We're gonna stop at a bunch of places along the way, show you some cool parks, different activities, let you know different areas of the US you can check out and stay. Hope you enjoy this one. This is gonna be fun. So one thing off the rip I can say is that they do offer a lot of different kind of pads to park your RV in. There are concrete pads, there are gravel pads, they actually have some cabins that you can rent as well. So they do have a lot of different options. I think each tier, you do have to spend more to get from, say, gravel to concrete, from back in to pull through. But they do have a lot of different options, and take a look at a couple of those right now. All right, so why don't we take a look at our site now. We are on a concrete pad pull through. We'll show you some of the different features that they provide. Take a look at what they got. One thing about the site I will say is that the grass is very long. It looks like it hasn't been mowed in a couple of minutes. Definitely needing to get done. They do offer these nice little rocking chairs at each site that I can see in the distance here. Ours doesn't necessarily work the best, but it is nice that they have an option, something different to sit on besides the picnic tables that you generally have. There is a charcoal grill. We do have a picnic table, and there is a fire pit. One thing with the fire pit is very full. Not going to get a lot of airflow. Definitely needs to get emptied. I don't know if that's just one that they missed, but definitely something that is needing done at this point in time that they have not done. So here you can see some of the gravel back ends. This is a smaller pad here. Comes with a picnic table. They do have a fire pit. Right behind it, it backs up to a fishing pond. And up on the hill behind those, you can see our additional back ends. Same level. It is the the gravel pads. Gravel is nice and compact. However, it would not necessarily feel good on the feet if you didn't have something set outside like a rug or something to stand on outside of your camper. So we're on the back side of the concrete pull-throughs now, and on the other side this way, they actually have concrete back ends. So 3 different levels, from the gravel back end to the concrete pull-through to here being the concrete back end. So here you can see the cabins that I mentioned earlier. There are actually quite a few of these. I don't know how many off the top of my head. I'll look that up and get a number on the screen here, but they do look nice. I mean, it's one of their tiny home style cabins. These ones, however, don't look like they have a loft, which is nice for a lot of people. They also do have a screen porch. Some of them have a picnic table outside, some of them don't. But they do look like a nice way to come and stay and be able to enjoy all the amenities if you don't have an RV or a tent. So here you can see some cabins that definitely do have the loft area. So different variations, as I mentioned earlier. There are a lot of these cabins throughout the park. This is a very big park. I'm curious to know exactly how many pads that they have, but it does seem to just keep going and going and going. Up here we have different kinds of sites again. These are some gravel pull-throughs, some gravel back ends. You definitely have a little bit of variety everywhere you turn and look. So right in the middle of the park you have this cabin. This is called Cabin 55. Much larger than the other cabins, tiny home style cabin. Definitely an option that you can look into if you want something with a little bit more room. Maybe you have more people coming, you want to be under the same roof. Cabin 55 might be it for you. All right, y'all. I think I might be lost. This place is huge. It seriously just keeps going and going and going. I don't want to say it too loud though, because guys, we always know where we're at. We never get lost. So this is interesting. Where we're camping, we're at almost the back of the entire resort. It's right out in the sun, not a tree in sight. Very hot when you're sitting out in the sun. We're in 95-degree weather. When you do get up here closer to the middle, as you can see, every site a little bit different. They have a lot more trees, a lot more shade. So depending on what you're looking for, it might be something that you want to consider when you're looking into different sites. All right, here we have one of the restrooms that are available for people to use. They also do have showers available. So if you don't have the option of that in your RV, or if you're tent camping, there are a lot of different buildings like this set up around the park. You can go get a shower in, use the restroom if you need to. They are conveniently located in all the different sections. Again, I've seen several of these already, so pretty impressive with how many that they have laid out to the size of the park that they have. Definitely a nice feature. They do have laundry available on site as well. I believe there are more than one of these buildings that I've seen on the property. Coin operated, you do have washers and dryers. The price, it looks like, is $2 for 25 minutes with the washer, $1.50 for 45 minutes on the dryer. So this is the entrance to the park. Once you do pull in, when you're coming for the first time, you're gonna pull into one of these RV-specific waiting areas. Someone's gonna come and check in at the ranger station. They're gonna let you know all about the park, where you're located, the different times things are open. That's where you're gonna get your activities list, where they're gonna kind of show you what's going on throughout the day, the different times that everything is happening. There's a general store over here. I saw yesterday there was a food truck. I believe they were offering like Italian ices. This parking lot, when we pulled in yesterday around 3:30, was completely packed. And what it is people that are in the back, which is a long ways away, to use the lake and the pool facilities, will drive up here with their truck, they'll park, and then they'll use the facilities before turning around at the end of the day and heading home. I'm not sure that you can get a great view of this map without the glare, but we're right up by the swimming beach in the top left corner, and where we're camping is all the way back by that back fishing pond. So as you can see, it is a long way, and that is why people generally are going to be driving a vehicle up from back there, park next to the lake in order to use the facilities. So if you're not wanting to drive your vehicle from the back of the campground up to use the lake and the pool, arcade, etc., they do offer golf cart rentals. Not sure on the price. I'll take a look at that and post it here. But another good option and another great way to try to appease the guests and make sure that they're making it as easy as possible to have a good time. All right, so now let's get into it. Let's dig into Jellystone and what makes this place so popular for families and for kids to come and enjoy themselves, and take a look at some of the amenities that they have to offer at this location specifically. All right, this is another extremely impressive area here at Jellystone that I know the kids are gonna go crazy for. We pulled in yesterday, like I said, around 3:30. This place was dead, and that's because it was 95 degrees out. It's not even 8:30 in the morning right now. It's over 80. Also, not a lot of people using it, but a little bit more than yesterday. You do have a larger playground. You have in the back there gem mining, some swings, a net to crawl on. We have some kids here that are playing gaga ball right now. There are multiple jumping pillows, which I don't think I've ever seen two at any park I've ever been to. There is a pedal go-kart track in the back we'll go take a look at. Over here they have concrete cornhole. They also have horseshoes. Not sure if you need to go to the front in order to get the bean bags, and if they provide horseshoes, or if that's something that you have to bring on your own. But one thing that's pretty fun about Jellystones, if you've ever been to one, is that they offer hay rides. Usually once a day, twice a day, what they'll do is they'll bring a cart around. You'll get pulled around by a tractor usually. You sit on the back of it, and sometimes they'll have squirt guns. Sometimes they'll just go around playing music. This is the loading station. You're gonna meet here to get on the hayride. go around the park, say hi to everyone, maybe squirt some people, cool them down. But again, another awesome feature, another awesome activity for the kids to do. Regardless of the heat, I know my kids are gonna love it. What's up, bud? You wanna tell them about the pool? All right, I got it. All right, so this is one of the pools behind us here. There are apparently more than one. I did not know that. This pool goes from about 3 feet to 5 feet. Lots of lounging areas around. The building behind me is sort of an activity station. There are restrooms that you can use when you're at the pool. All in all though, pretty nice find up here. Very quiet compared to the pool where the majority of people are gonna be hanging out, the lake area. Very nice area. I'm very impressed so far with what I'm seeing. Y'all, the amenities just keep on coming. I found a splash pad along with another pool, a much larger pool than the other one that we were looking at. It has a zero entry feature, so if you're not able to climb stairs, you're able to easily get into the pool. Also has a bathroom right here as well. Place is huge. Just heading down from the pool area, and you can see over here there's a pond for fishing. It's the second one I've seen so far. Over here, something that I know my kids are going to be absolutely thrilled to hear about. They have mini golf, which my 4-year-old is absolutely obsessed with right now. Everywhere we go, especially along this 10-day trip, we're going to be hitting up as many mini golf courses as we can. Mom might be a little bit competitive, but it's the 4-year-old that really drives the whole desire to go and play mini golf. And over here, I don't think it's probably open at this point in time, but they do have an arcade. Looks like it open, maybe it is open. 8 a.m. it looks like, Monday through Sunday, and it closes at 8. Love that. So here's one of the areas that we're really excited to check out later today. This is a man-made lake where you can come and hang out as if you're at the beach. They do have some sun-protected areas. There are beach chairs around. And then over there is what my 8-year-old is extremely excited about checking out later today. It is what do you even call it? Like an obstacle course that they put out in the water. It is an additional charge in order to use that. You do have to wear a life jacket, but it does look like there's a lot of fun things you can do on it. I'm not sure at this point in time. I'll let you know if there's a time limit once you do pay to get on. A lot of these places you could use it for like a 15-minute window. We'll definitely check it out. right, so finishing up our stay here at Jellystone in Cave City by Mammoth National Park. Want to kind of give a recap and give our score. Obviously, we don't have the entire Glamping Pals crew here, so it's gonna adjust our scores a little bit. Instead of giving 40 points for everyone, we're gonna do 20 points for each of the amenities, campsites, and family appeal. But let's talk about amenities first. What did you think about the amenities? What do you think about pros, cons?
I thought the amenities were great. Plenty to do for the kids. The only downside, as I see it, is as we now have a big rig, the only big rig friendly sites are way in the back of the park. We've never rented a golf cart at any campsite. We've been at this for 2 years. This is the only place I would say if you have a big rig, you're gonna want a golf cart. We ended up driving our truck back and forth to the pool, back and forth to the arcade, and with the kids getting wet and all that, it was just kind of not ideal. I didn't love the location we were at relative to the amenities, but once you get over there, the amenities were great. The kids had a really good time for sure.
Agreed 100% on all of those. I would say the amenities are probably top notch compared to a lot of places. So what's funny actually and unique to us, our very first place we ever camped was at Jellystone. Night one. So we took this thing, we were white knuckling, driving a travel trailer, trying to figure out this entire experience.
In Bremen, Georgia.
Yeah, and so we went to a Jellystone and we were like, whoa, this is what camping's all about? Like, yikes. Just a different experience. This Jellystone, night and day difference. I would say in terms of the amenities offered, there's enough to do here where if you were gonna come and just camp, you could spend days and days and days where you split up the activities and the amenities for a little bit at a time, and you can go days just staying here at the park. Doing it in the quick little, couple days we did, we kind of tried to highlight every single thing and get to everything quickly. But yeah, I mean, I would say the amenities there's so much for the kids to do. The activities that they schedule, the different pools, the arcade, the mini golf, the fishing ponds, everything. There is so much to offer here, and I was very impressed compared to our previous experience. In terms of the campsites, I would agree, we're very far away, which is part of it. And I hit earlier on the fact that I wish that it would be mowed is an issue that I have. Just the fact that the grass is very, very long. It is a huge park, I get that. It needs to be mowed more regularly. And the fire pits are so full that it's going to be hard to get a good air draw in the fire pit to get a fire to actually consistently go. Nitpicking, probably, but at the end of the day, that's what we're here for.
To circle back to the amenities really quick before I forget, the bouncy thing in the lake where the older kids is $8. It starts on the hour, so if you want to go, you pay for 50 minutes, it's $8. But just make sure you bring your water shoes, as I didn't go, but they did, and they said that their feet were hot. Granted, it's been like 95 degrees while we were here, but remember to bring your water shoes. And furthermore, the decks at both the pools are just concrete, and they're really, really hot on a hot summer day. We're here in late June, so it's super hot. I think this park would be a super different experience in like a more moderate month, and I said I would like to come back maybe another.
Agreed 100%. When it's not 95 degrees,
hot.
I think it would be a whole different ballgame.
We barely use the playgrounds, the jumping pillows, like a firm no. The pools were great. So.
Agreed.
Anyway.
All right, so to score this, again, we're going to go out of 20 for each one of these now because of the fact that Britt and Veronica aren't here. So for amenities, what do you give it on a scale of 1 to 10 for amenities?
I'm going to give it an 8. Just based on not only the variety and that there's 2 pools, splash pad, gaga ball, 2 jumping pillows, those go-kart thingies, pedal bike thingies, the fishing, multiple locations, and then that inflatable obstacle course thing in the water. You can just go with kids all day long from one thing to the next to the next to the next.
I agree, 100%. It's an 8. The activities alone are worth it. The only thing is that some of the activities, they're scheduled for an hour. It takes about 30 seconds and you're done. Again, the heat, well, you can't blame them for the heat, but it does, it limits some of the amenities that are available to you. You can't use that jumping pillow. Again, I don't even know what you call that thing out in the lake, but you can't really use it for long periods of time without water shoes because it is so hot, it's literally burning your feet. So for that, I give it an 8. What about the campsites?
I gave it a 6 also based on number 1. For me, the biggest detractor was location. We're so far away from the actual amenities. We're actually very near, we're in what's called a platinum pull-through, I believe. It's pink on the map. But we're near a fishing pond, and we're near a very small playground, but still it's better than nothing. We're at the intersection of Bear Trail and Campfire Parkway. So the location for me is not that great. Typically when we book campsites, we book well in advance, and then we lock the site right by the amenities so that we can zip back and forth all day long, go let the dog out, go get a drink, go get a snack, whatever you need. And with this one, the location was a bummer. That's not our fault technically, but they just don't have big rig parking over by the amenities. And then second, as we said before, we very much need like maintenance over at this area. The lawn is really,
Yeah, the lawn is an issue, the emptying the fire pit. I also gave it a 6 for this similar reasons. The other thing that is nice, again, I showed you in the previous video, they offer the little swing chairs, whatever you want to call them. Ours doesn't work at all. And then the other issue that I have, quote unquote issue, it's this way at a lot of parks, but all of the hookups are at the very back end of the pad. So you are going to need probably 2 hoses. You're going to need multiple sewer hoses in order to get back there to hook up. I like some of the newer parks where they space everything out, knowing where the hookups are on modern campers. Obviously this doesn't have that. So for me, that lowered it just a little bit. What about family appeal?
Family appeal, I gave it a 10 because as a parent, the most important thing you can do all day long is keep your kids engaged in different activities from one thing to the next, because they only do anything for like 4.5 minutes before they start whining, obviously. So the variety of activities for families here is outstanding. I was super happy with the variety of being able to change the activity all the time, even when it's hot, and keep the kids happy and going all day long. For families, this is an awesome park. If we were people without children, not sure it would be our first choice.
Yeah, so I gave it an 8 out of 10. My issue is that she's 100% right, but my issue is that it is 100% based around children, which, again, this is what the channel is based on, is about sort of what to do with the kids.
If you stay at a Jellystone, you know what you're getting into.
Yeah, there is, but there's nothing really that's focusing at all on the parents. Meaning, there's no bar, there's no workout facility, there's nothing focusing on the adults whatsoever. So it is 100% just focused on the kids. So for that aspect of it, 10 out of 10 in terms of what they do for the kids, but in general, I knocked it down just a couple points because there's not a lot of focus on the adults. So in total, out of a possible 60, we gave it a 46 out of 60, and I would say, honestly, really good score. Would absolutely, without question, come back to this again.
Yep.
Would you?
I would absolutely come back. I would like to try it. And we are in a weird, like, historic, hot heat wave thing going on, apparently. But I would love to come back when it's like 75, even 85, kind of somewhere in there, just so the kids can use the other amenities that are, you know, boiling lava hot if you're not. This temperature is like you have to be in water. So I would love to come back at another time and try those out, but we'll see if it makes the cut for the next couple of years.
Agreed, we'll have to see. Do appreciate y'all watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and don't forget that life's always better with a good campfire and good company. Catch you at the next campsite.